And the nice thing about it is that it's no longer even hard to see the faces of all these racist white people. If you want to see many of them, just look at the clips of them toy-toying there in front of the US Embassy a couple of days ago. And you know, I saw something when I was looking at all those racist people who were busy there in front of the US Embassy, toy-toying, calling out to Donald Trump and all of those things. If you can look at those people, those are not even people who are supposed to be out there toy-toying. You can see these are not people who actually own any serious properties or who own farms. These are just alcoholics and people who are addicted to gambling and pensioners. You can't understand why these people are fighting. These are not the types of people that should be out here toy-toying. The people who can actually have something expropriated from them are not out there toy-toying because they understand the importance of balancing the scales. But these ones who have nothing to do with their lives, who don't know what to do but just sit in bars, are the ones who are out here fighting as if they have something to fight for when there's nothing that they are fighting for. Now, there's something very, very concerning that I have realized as the consequence of all the uproar that has been going on in this country with regards to land expropriation and white people. You know, it seems to me that most white people confuse the word peace and liberation. That is why there's a lot of white people in this country out here who are asking the question, why are South Africans fighting? Because we are living in a peaceful country. We are at peace. There is peace in South Africa. Why threaten that peace over issues of land? Now, let me tell you something about this word peace. You see, this word peace is a white man's word. This is what they want us to believe is important. But let me tell you something. You can have peace and be enslaved at the same time. Am I lying? You can have injustices and have peace at the same time. You can have ridiculous inequality and have peace at the same time. So peace isn't the answer. The answer is liberation. But white people don't like to use this word liberation because this is our word. And that is not what they offer. That is not what they've ever wanted to offer. What they want to offer is peace and not liberation. But they like to act as if these two things is one and the same thing. These two words are synonyms when they are not. You can't be liberated and be a slave at the same time. You can't be liberated and have ridiculous amounts of inequality. That is not liberation. But you can be peaceful and have ridiculous amounts of inequality. But you can be peaceful and have ridiculous injustices in a country. Tell me if I'm lying. Now you might be asking yourself, okay, I hear you, Emmanuel, but isn't peace important? At the end of the day, isn't peace something that you will want? Well, that's true. That's true. Peace is very, very important. In order for any civilization to prosper, to develop, the people must be peaceful. So peace is very important for our nation. But the truth is, you can't have true peace with ridiculous amounts of inequality. You can't have peace unless the people are equal. And that is what a lot of white people like to act as if they don't understand. But I can tell you, they understand very well. Some white people will come here and say, black people are just lazy and they shouldn't blame white people for their poverty or for their low qualities of life because we are living in a free country. Everyone is free. The blacks are free, the whites are free, the colors are free. Every race that is in South Africa is free. So it is unfair to blame white people for the injustices of the past because presently, we are free. So black people are just lazy. They don't want to work. They just want to take our farms. There's a lot of them who are saying that. But the truth of the matter is, we are not free as black people in this country, but we are peaceful. Let me repeat that again. We are not free as black people in this country. We are just peaceful. So white people need to stop telling us about peace, and also us as black people, we need to stop putting peace on a pedestal and actually seek liberation in whatever form. Let us fight for a South Africa that is at least going to give the coming generation a fighting chance at making it. Because honestly, if you can pay close attention, that is what many South Africans who are stuck in poverty just needed. Just a fair shot. Just a fair shot in a at least equal country with equal opportunities and equal treatment of everyone who's living in that country, whether it's in banks, whether it's in varsities, whether it's in institutions. The system just needs to give everyone in this country a fighting chance. That's all that we need as black people, at least some of us who are stuck in poverty. That's all that we've ever needed. Just a fair chance. So that's a country that we need to fight for. That is going to allow the coming generations to at least have a fair chance. But like I said, we know that we live in an unfair world. That is why some of us chose to, you know what, we are going to die trying to make it in this unequal country, South Africa, because what else are we going to do? But that is not something that I wish for the coming generation. I don't want my grandchildren to be facing the same things that we are going through right now as black people in this country, living in such an unequal country, in such a country that is fake liberated but just peaceful. The coming generation should at least live in a country that allows them to have a fighting chance. That's all that we want. Not this thing of living in a country that has a small group of people who are free and a large group of people who are peaceful. That is nonsense. The people who are out here fighting against this land expropriation bill are people who are actually against liberation. These are people who are against equality. And you know, I thank Ramaphosa for signing this bill because it has exposed all these racist white people who still think black people are subhuman. Black people are beneath them. They are now out here in the public. They are no longer in the shadows. They are no longer hiding that they actually think they are superior to us as black people. So that's why I say I thank Ramaphosa for signing this bill, because just think about it. But the way they are exposing themselves right now, it just shows that Ramaphosa, what he did is actually something that should have been done a long time ago. All these people who were brainwashing us with peace are now exposed that actually we've never wanted you to be liberated. We just wanted you to be peaceful. And the nice thing about it is that it's no longer even hard to see the faces of all these racist white people. If you want to see many of them, just look at the clips of them toy-toying there in front of the US Embassy a couple of days ago. And you know, I saw something when I was looking at all those racist people who were busy there in front of the US Embassy toy-toying, calling out to Donald Trump and all of those things. If you can look at those people, those are not even people who are supposed to be out there toy-toying. You can see these are not people who actually own any serious properties or who own farms. These are just alcoholics and people who are addicted to gambling and pensioners. You can't understand why these people are fighting. These are not the types of people that should be out here toy-toying. The people who can actually have something expropriated from them are not out there toy-toying because they understand the importance of balancing the scales. But these ones who have nothing to do with their lives, who don't know what to do but just sit in bars, are the ones who are out here fighting as if they have something to fight for when there's nothing that they are fighting for. Some of them you can clearly see this 60-year-old man has been waiting for his entire life for just this one opportunity to be interviewed by the SABC so that he can show how much he still thinks we are beneath white people, so that he can showcase the racism that has been inside that he couldn't show all these years. You can see this man was waiting for this opportunity to show us that we are beneath white people his entire life. Nonsense. We won't be keeping quiet as black people in this country anymore. We won't just be peaceful. South Africa belongs to everyone who is living inside South Africa. South Africa doesn't belong to white people. So if these white people believe that they are superior to us as black people, the way they are acting right now, I think they should go join their president, Mr. Elon Musk, and his puppet Donald Trump, and go be refugees in the US, because there's no place for them here in South Africa. There's no place for anyone here in South Africa who thinks he is superior to someone else. We are all people. Some of these people even have the nerve to confidently say, what are black people going to do with the land? What do black people know about land? Trying to make us seem as if we are dumb, as if we don't know how to think, as if we don't know how to establish businesses as black people, as if we don't know how to run businesses as black people, as if we need them. This is what I hate about this way of saying, what are black people going to do with the farms? What do you mean, what are we going to do with the farms? You know, I pray to God that some of these farms be expropriated and given to smart black people. And then let those people who say, what are black people going to do with the farms? Let them live long enough so that they can experience the true might of black people when given a chance. You know, I wish God can just keep them alive and breathing long enough, because it pisses me off, the confidence to say, what do black people know about land? Why are you so undermining? Land expropriation is just one of the steps that we are taking as black people towards liberation. So if you are a black person right now and you are against a land expropriation, just know that you are against a step that leads to liberation. You are just high on peace. You are just putting peace on a pedestal. Yes, of course, this whole thing might have negative consequences on the economy and on our overall quality of life as South Africans for some time, for some years. But remember that we are not only doing this for us. It's a sacrifice, and it's a sacrifice that I personally would take for my children and my grandchildren to live in a country that is better than that one I grew up in. You know, so if it's a sacrifice that maybe us as black people right now, we are going to have maybe a period of poverty or the consequences of expropriating the land, whatever might happen, but most likely that's not what's going to happen. But if it happens, it's a sacrifice that I would take for my grandchildren. So if it means we need to suffer now for the betterment of our country so that our kids and our grandchildren can be born into a better country, that is a sacrifice that I would take. Proudly so. So this whole land expropriation is just a step that we are taking towards that. There are still many more steps that need to be taken. And that is just what I wanted to talk about in today's video. So tell me on the comment section down below, what do you think about everything that I said in this video? I would really appreciate to hear your own thoughts and opinions, whether you think I'm crazy, whether you think I'm dumb, whether you think maybe I am lost. Just tell me on the comment section, or maybe you agree with me, tell me on the comment section. I would really appreciate it. But if you just enjoyed this video or you learned something new, please leave a like and subscribe to this channel. I would really appreciate it. My name is Emmanuel, and this is Mzansi Versity, the place where we transform lives through knowledge and information. Let's meet again on another video.